All right, hey gang. So first, random thought. What if they're not counting something down? What if they're telling us a story? There's always one. So, my death. And I find it interesting that for such a heavy and serious topic, we're doing such a fly by the seat of my pants kind of video, but you work with what you got. And this is what I got. So, all right. Let's set the stage. It is late October, 1998. Just in case I need it. I am just back from my very first quest, my very first trip, my very first journey. And that journey was amazing. Some days I miss it very much. If I knew then what I know now, that journey would have been very different. Some days I miss it. It was mind-blowing and soul-shattering, but not in a bad way, in a kind of molting sort of way, making room for a new shell, a new life. So I'm back, and life is different. When I left on my journey, I left corporate America behind, and when I came back, I was trying to find my way in something new. So I was working as a tarot reader in a small shop in a tourist town, a little less than an hour from Geistopia. I made money if I had readings, is basically how it went, and that wasn't all the time, and it was not easy. In my off time, I tried to just continue to balance life. Take care of what I took care of around Geistopia, the cleaning and whatever else, and also trying to study and learn and understand what was happening and what I was seeing and how life had changed already, just in that trip. So, I know it's before Big D's birthday, but I don't have a date. I do my thing. I get up and I do my thing. I had a TV spot to do with the owner of the shop and another reader. I don't know, that was what it was. The reader and I went to lunch. We talked, we bonded, I think. I don't know. I finished my day. I drove back to Geistopia. Fairy Princess came over and we did our thing. The everyday hangout, chill, groove, whatever thing. And all of a sudden, I gotta check my time. Oh, I've got plenty of it. Wow, this story is going much faster than I thought it was going to. All of a sudden, I feel this pop. And a flood of heat just starts rising up my spine. And my brain starts clicking. And the only thing that could register was the Kundalini. And so it appeared that I was having like this unanticipated Kundalini release. And that's not really a good thing. Which my brain also calculated and ciphered through. And I kind of hit a panic point, and I remember I looked at Fairy Princess. I was like, you gotta go, and you gotta go now. I gotta. That is the actual last conscious thing I remember up until later. When I would find myself jumping back into my body and out of the bed, all in the same motion. Feet hit, and I got my bearings. There was a vision in between that I hesitate to share. But maybe it's important. I found myself, like the next thought I remember I said that was the next conscious thought. The next thought after telling Fairy Princess she had to leave was, the next thing I can recall is almost laying on a table. Okay, I'm in bed, whatever. And there are these 4 beings of light. And that's when I jumped into the body and off of the bed. And I stood there. And the words out of my mouth, before I even had any clue what was going on, were, "You can't have me yet. I have things to do." Then I started to be awake and realize where I was and what the hell was happening. I spent a very long time so much for going well, huh? You said it. Shut up. Even now? Always. It was kind of creepy. I spent a long time not okay. Everything was very different. My perceptions were different. Everything, hearing, seeing, feeling, sensing. And it's not only that they were different, but they were almost disproportionate for a very long time, for months. I have it tracked to at least 6 months after that moment. I couldn't. I just constantly needed to know that I was alive. I don't think I ever lost that feeling. Strange things happened after that. Oh, now we're almost out of time. Strange things happened after that. Like I said, my senses all changed. People have seen it happen. I can sometimes taste through my fingertips. It's happened. People have witnessed it. Here's the thing that really intrigues me about that night. Prior to this happening, I had met a mage at said shop. We got to be associates, chums. We chatted, we talked, we compared notes. He was working on a project that I thought was fabulous, just needed to be smaller. But nonetheless, and he said to me two things. He made 2 statements to me that I have never forgotten. One, you cannot understand the light until you have walked through the darkness. Amen. You don't know what good is until you've seen the bad. The other thing he said to me, I never forgot, because it is exactly what happened to me that night. He said, inevitably, on this path, you will find yourself standing naked, cold, and alone in the dark. And when I jumped out of the bed, made my statement, and then got my grounding. That's exactly where I found myself. Standing, naked, cold, and alone in the dark. So now, was it a physical death? I don't know. I don't know what it was. I only know that life for me has never been the same since. Perhaps because it changed things for me, in me, like I said, perceptions, understandings. Maybe because it set me on a course where I need to know more. There is more to this existence than we give credence to. So was it a physical death? I don't know. But I definitely died that night. And it's only recently that I started to feel alive again. Any other questions?